welcome back to another episode of the Buffalo Happy Hour. Mike, what's going on, my bud?
My bud or blood?
Both. Both of them.
We recording down there?
Sure are.
Am I overexposed?
Obviously.
I feel like I am. Am I auto-focusing on your face? Now I am. Auto-focusing on mine.
No, I am.
Okay. All right, everybody.
At least I'm safe inside my mind.
At least I'm safe inside my mind. A bunch of stuff is going on, man. We got, that's
what's
a
going on
super
today?
good sign.
What's going on today?
Oh, my God. You need a wine opener for this? It's a bottle of scotch. You better start drinking that.
Right.
It's fine. We drank literal poison before. A lot is going on. We'll touch on it. We are going to do 2 episodes in one recording session. We have a lot to talk about. A couple of key updates for the audience, the fans, the listeners, Patreon, everybody. So we'll start with the useless fact. We'll do a weekly recap, and then we'll dive into
Get into the sponsors first.
one topic for this episode. Obviously, as Derek mentioned, we have the sponsors. Queen City Creative Works is a Etsy shop on roids ran by a married couple. Queen City Creative Works makes branded merchandise for multitudes of people as well as us. So if you are interested, head over to queencitycreativeworks.com and scroll down to their Shop Now button, and you can purchase coasters, water bottles, and bottle openers from them. Also, High Peaks Imagery, thank you so much for being a sponsor. High Peaks Imagery is a local veteran-owned small business that takes first-person drones through your establishment and creates marketing content for you to use. If you are interested in using High Peaks Imagery for your marketing needs, feel free to check them out at highpeaksimagery.com. Also, Addie's, thank you so much for your logo. Today's useless fact, Derek, before we dive into weekly recap.
Give it to me.
If
and
you
tell me the useless fact.
If you disturb a person while they're sleeping, you can increase the risk of permanent brain damage. So let a human being sleep and leave them the hell alone.
What constitutes disturbing somebody, though?
Probably waking them up shockingly without any... that's probably why everybody in the military is brain dead. Because someone just walks in, turns the lights on, and starts screaming when you're sleeping, you know? So...
Did you serve? But, like, what else? How would you not be woken up disturbing that? Like, does an alarm constitute being woken up from your sleep disturbingly?
I'm sure there are studies that show that alarms are bad for you.
That'd be really fascinating.
Yeah.
Like, what the consequences are of waking up with an alarm versus not. Like,
Right.
Are you happier if you wake up at 8 o'clock without an alarm versus 7:30 with an alarm?
I think your body should just wake up when you wake up.
What if you don't wake up? Whoa.
Yeah, then you're, I don't know.
Can you look that up?
probably
Is there-
more deceased than Ariza's NFL career.
Jamie, look it up. Is there a study on how alarms affect your sleep? That'd be really fascinating to learn.
Let me see.
Because I'm sure that it's not natural to wake up that way. But then you start going back to the old days when a friggin' rooster would start shouting, and that's basically the same thing as an alarm.
Do alarms affect your brain? Sound alarm clocks shock our brain and bodies into waking. So, is it unhealthy to use an alarm? According to research by the National Institute of Industrial Health in Japan, despite the popularity of using an alarm clock, waking up to a jolting noise can be bad for your heart, and waking up abruptly can cause higher blood pressure and heart rate. Which, that makes sense and is fairly obvious. So,
That's interesting.
yeah.
But how else would you wake up, though?
Although setting an alarm may be necessary, and even a good thing, if it encourages regularity in the timing of your sleep, if you are repeatedly exposed to it, you are literally alarming your heart. So set the alarm for when you need to get up, then turn it off and get up, instead of multiple alarms.
That's a good tip right there.
Yeah. So, now we know.
That's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about that. So it's bad for your heart if you have multiple alarms going off. So what? You set one alarm and don't set 47 for the same morning and just get up. Just be an athlete and get up.
Yeah, correct. Yep. Hunt it.
Okay.
So weekly recap.
Yes, sir.
Fine, I'll start. Worked all week and then went to Bill Burr. He murdered. Seeing him live was awesome.
We haven't recorded in like 7 weeks. So we have a lot of recap to do.
Yeah, but we'll just hit the main point.
All right.
So Bill Burr murdered. He had 2 openers. Each opener had a 10-minute set. The show started at 8 o'clock, except it actually started at 8:30. Bill Burr went on at 9, and then he got off at 10:15. Pause. So, really good show. He had...
was he filming a special tonight? Or that
I don't
night?
think so.
Oh, okay.
His set was nothing from his special. He referenced a joke from his special, but he didn't actually do the same joke. He riffed essentially on Buffalo for an hour. It was incredible. Talked about current events, talked about different people's opinions. Obviously, made a couple jokes about the audience. It was just really well performed. From there, I got in the car and then drove to all of you guys in the middle of the woods. Lost phone service about 3 miles out, and it was 12:40 a.m. It was you and the best man sitting around the fire. I pitched a tent, naturally.
And then you also set up your own tent.
Yeah. And then you guys were exhausted, half in the bag, and full of meat.
Correct. Which is the best way to spend a bachelor weekend.
Pause. So it was just, it was incredible.
Yeah.
It was super, super fun. So we'll talk about it.
Are you happy that you went to Bill Burr to see him in person, or do you think that you would have got the same experience watching him on TV?
No. In person was a totally different experience, dude.
I feel like Bill Burr is different, though, because Bill Burr never does anything from a special. Even future specials. You're going for Bill Burr to rip on you.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
There's an outside company that showed up and put your phone in a bag. So it was a locked bag.
That's why I was wondering if who was filming a special.
Yeah, that's normal. So no one can record it. And then they didn't catch the fact that I had an Apple Watch. These aren't allowed either. But I got through, so I was able to text Colleen, letting her know, hey, my phone's in a bag. I don't have my phone. I'm using my watch to text you. Let me know if anything crazy happens. My phone's on silent, so
right.
I just have to tap my watch to see if anybody texted me.
What locked bag? You have to carry around a locked bag?
Oh, yeah, and it was big, too. So it's this. It's this big, and then there are 2 flaps on the top, and then it had a pin, a metal pin that entered the other flap and completely sealed and locked your phone.
Pause.
Hunt it.
Metal pin entered.
It was amazing.
So how did you get it unlocked?
There's a magnet. It's like a retail thing. So the magnet holds it, and then you pull the fucking rod out.
When?
At the end of the show.
So everybody's pins.
So there's 35,000 people in the bottom of KeyBank Arena trying to unlock their phone at once. Hilarious. And then everyone, Nazis, I'm locking my phone. What if someone dies? They're already dead, so
right,
you'll find out when you're done
leave?
laughing.
You're not leaving Bill Burr.
You can't. Plus your phone's on silent.
Right.
And they tell you, put your phone on silent before you put it in the bag. It was amazing watching all these people. They're awkwardly touching themselves, seeing if their phone's there. Oh, it was amazing. It was such a wake-up call. They know how dependent you are on a cell phone. So it was just awesome.
He would probably be the only comedian that I would want to go see in person.
I would love to see Dave Chappelle in person.
I mean, he was just here.
Correct.
But he's not playing.
I was busy that night.
He wouldn't be playing KeyBank.
No, he goes to Shays.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would ever see a comedian at KeyBank Arena other than Bill Burr. That's what I was trying to get at.
Kevin Hart.
He doesn't personalize anything. He's a funny dude, but I can
Segura?
watch his stuff on Comedy Central. Same thing. Segura does 1 or 2 Buffalo jokes, and that's it. I would rather sit, because especially if you're in the 300s, you're basically watching him on a screen anyway. You can't see him.
I mean, well, LASIK in May 2015, Derek. I mean,
but he's this small.
Oh, yeah, he looks like an ant.
That's what I'm saying.
It was still amazing.
Well, yeah, but then you can watch it. I'm saying Bill Burr would be one of the comedians that I would want to see in person because of that.
Right.
But, going to see Anthony Justin, I would love to see Anthony Justin. First of all, I don't think that he would play at KeyBank. He's not that big.
He'd go to Kleinhans.
But also, that set that he does isn't anything that I can't watch online or on TV.
I would... So here, I seen Theo Von, Tom Segura, and Bill Burr all this year. The only person I didn't see this year is Dave Chappelle, and then the only other person that is coming in October that I'm probably not going to see is Burr Kreischer. He's coming in October. So
you're not going to go see him?
I don't think so. I got things to do. But Bill Burr's one of those people where it's listen, I bought the ticket eons ago. I don't even remember how much it costs,
Yeah.
and I still don't care. Like, that was worth it.
Yeah.
So he's one of them. Yeah, I don't know. Good time. So your bachelor weekend.
Hell yeah.
Bachelor weekend was nothing but dudes sitting around a fire, drinking a lot of whiskey, eating a lot of meat.
I drank basically an entire bottle of Balvenie 14 that first night, and we got there at 4.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, Balvenie 14-year Caribbean cask is Derek and I's favorite scotch. Derek murdered the bottle, and he's like, "There's some left. You should have a glass. It's almost gone. You should have a glass. It's almost gone." You said it like 3 times.
Because I was worried that I was going to consume the rest of the bottle.
Yeah, I
if
got
you didn't take it.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I had a couple glasses. It was good.
Then we got E.H. Taylor, which will be on the show in the future, but that was peppery, dude. I don't think that was not a good idea to go right there after
No,
some super beautiful space at Scotch.
correct. Horrible move.
Yeah.
The other horrible move was we had no sides at all for any meal.
That's fine, though.
It was meat.
Sides for the burger was a hot dog. So that's just what you do.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was a stuffed pepper that we put on the burger.
See, that's a side. What did you want, coleslaw? Come on.
I had 6 Tums on Sunday when I got home.
Did you really?
It
I
wouldn't
felt
go away. My heartburn would not go away.
I felt surprisingly good. Nick, on the other hand, was laying in the friggin' chair around the fire. He's like, I got to go to the store. I'm like, first of all, you're hammered. You're not driving anywhere. And you're
Which
fine.
he didn't.
Go to sleep.
Here's the thing. If you're an
I have
Airbnb,
so much glass on my hands.
if you're an Airbnb host, okay, and our group decides to utilize your rental Airbnb property, rest assured it's going to be clean and maintained and taken care of, and probably left better than how we found it.
I was just going to say, not going to lie, we probably cleaned it better than they would have.
Yeah. However, just know that we need a couple things, okay? Firewood, propane for them grills, baby. Propane and propane accessories, all right? Because the grill's going to be on nonstop. A working oven because we got to preheat them dips, okay? And counter space for all the chippies, okay, the lickies and chewies, and all the booze. All the booze. Because the booze that we bring has containers that surround it. It's the packaging. Because we're not showing up with no willy-dilly
No.
bourbons, okay? So we got the good stuffs. So that's what it is. So if you see a request from one of our names, just know everything will be fine. We're all responsible. And
None of us drove.
None of us
Like,
drove.
when we were
No
drunk.
drink driving. And some of us slept outside the first night. So
For like 45 minutes.
stop. It was literally 5 hours. Everything was fine. And then we were out of there. Checkout was 11, and we left by like 8.
8:30, yeah.
It was hilarious. And
We got up so early, too. That's the best part about, like, when all of us hung out, is because you don't get some schleb sleeping in until noon. All of us were up. I got up at like 6 o'clock both mornings. I got 3 hours of sleep every night.
Yeah.
But I was just up at 6, ready to make coffee, ready for breakfast, and ready to go at 6. I was so excited. That's my favorite time.
the thing that made me the most happy is our behind-the-scenes Jamie had his first beverage at like 7
a.m.
Yeah.
Correct.
And he paced. He wasn't obliterated ever.
No.
He was just steady, easy chilling.
Yeah.
But when I came upstairs at 8:30, and I was like, all right, like, we'll have breakfast, hang out with the guys, see what's going on. And I seen him with his beer, and I was like, today's the day.
Yep. Today's the
Today's
day.
the day. It set the tone.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a really good buzz going, and then just cut it off. And then everyone was just like, where's your drink? I'm like, I need more water. I just need more water.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stop drinking water. But it was fine. Like
That was one of the bad things, not the bad things about that place, but it was well water. So, like, you have to bring a ton of actual water to drink, or else you would be having dysentery for the next, like, 4 years.
Listen, that water was fine.
No, it was not.
Did you brush your teeth with it?
Yeah, very
See?
rare. Yeah, but I wasn't chugging it. I also brushed my teeth with toothpaste that you're not supposed to swallow. So I don't know if that's a good gauge of how good the water is.
Are we at 15?
I don't have the beep programmed. It's a different SD card. Beep.
Beep.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like it was an amazing time. I literally had.
Did you have fun?
Absolutely. My request for the Bachelor weekend was go somewhere where no one else is, because I hate people. Bring all the booze. And it was fun looking at our different booze preferences, because you had Joe and Jamie. Joe was drinking PBRs. Jamie was drinking Bud Lights, all right? And then you had Tom and Nick drinking IPAs and bougie beers. And then it was you and I drinking Scotch and E.H. Taylor. Like, that was the wide range of alcohol on this trip. It was a great time. The only thing that I requested was that we literally went away from everybody, sat by a fire, cooked as much meat as possible, and played yard games. And that's what we did the entire time.
I still can't get over that game of Cornhole.
Yeah.
21-0 was obnoxious.
Yeah. Well, you guys were just crushing it. There's nothing that anyone could do.
We were just on.
Yeah.
And the funniest part was after that and around that, the Beersby games were not that close. Like, you and Tom owned that game.
Yeah.
But the Can Jam was competitive for everybody. That was really cool.
Yeah, Can Jam was really competitive.
Yeah, the Can Jam games were competitive. Ranger Panties were out, and we were just getting after it.
Parks and Rec shirt was out.
Absolutely. And then we had the we frothed.
Hell yeah, we did twice.
So we got
us.
Yeah. So the second iteration, everybody went. We got to talk about that.
The first iteration, though, real quick, we went to this course. So we like disc golfing. Tom and I go disc golfing like once a week. Design the sarcasm. Go give him a follow. Riot human being. He's an absolute trip every time. So we went to go disc golf, and
something's wrong with him.
Yeah, we wanted to go to a course out in Rochester. We went to this random course that was on a golf course, which was super cool. But we're walking, really nice out. Sun was out. It was getting hot and humid. And we saw a little black cloud, like a really big black cloud, just north. And we're like, beautiful out. You can see the clouds blowing this way. It's not going to hit us. We get to like the 12th green. Dude, it was a torrential downpour, thunder, lightning. We were standing there soaked. Took videos. Jamie is amazing at taking pictures and videos all the time. And we're sitting there and under a tree, and we're just getting drenched. We couldn't do anything. We were like, the way that the disc golf course was set up is you had to walk. The clubhouse was here. You had to walk all down Ball Golf Hole 1 fairway to get to their green, which is, it was at least a par 4, maybe a par 5. I didn't check. So you're looking at like 400 yards to get to the path to go to the first disc golf hole. And we were on 12, which means we were on the absolute other side of the disc golf course. So if we wanted to get back while it was torrential downpouring, we'd have to walk the entire length of the disc golf course and then the entire length of Ball Golf Hole number 1 to get back to our cars. So we couldn't do that. It was too poor. We couldn't. Our entire cell phones would have been shot. We would have been completely soaked. So we had to find cover. Luckily, there was like this random tree house or whatever with a piece of wood over top that we were able to stand under. But, dude, it was soaking wet. We were sitting in the car driving home. We're like, we all smell absolutely terrible. We smell like wet dogs. Our feet are absolutely soaked. We have trench foot. It's just a bad time. But then we got there, had fun, showered, had the whole Bachelor weekend, and then we went again. And that was like your second time going. And I can tell that you liked it. You're just very competitive, and you hate not being good at something. So you just get frustrated.
With myself.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I'm also convinced that something is going to... We need to... Here's what is happening this week. I know I just had 4 different thoughts fall out of my word hole, but listen up.
I don't know where you're going with this.
This weekend, dude.
Yep.
We got... You have a draft on the 2nd?
Yeah, my weekend is packed. I have a fantasy football draft on the 2nd that we do every year.
Okay.
We've been doing this fantasy football league for... This is going to be our 10th year in a row with like basically the same people. It's so cool.
What about the 3rd?
What day's that?
Saturday.
Saturday, I'm working Briar Brothers all day. I'm working Briar Brothers from 4 to 10. So I could probably go in the morning. Yeah, it is. Or maybe my personal calendar. Working Briar Brothers from 4 to 10. And then Sunday, I have...
we got the Stag.
Yeah, the Stag. You're going to the Stag too?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, did you buy your ticket?
And it's my sister's birthday.
Did you buy your ticket
No.
to the Stag? You're just going to show up and buy a ticket to the Stag?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm one of 12 to RSVP to this thing on Facebook. I'm already going. Like, no, I am. Just kidding.
So yeah,
literally no one.
I might. Why, you want to try to go disc golfing this weekend?
No, the World Championships or whatever this weekend.
Oh yeah, you want to watch them?
Yeah, I want to watch it together.
Hell yeah.
Because I don't understand. Okay. Before anyone flips out in the comments.
Mike's a beta now.
I'm not buying Frolf discs. I'm not buying a book bag.
Really, because
to carry
Jamie
my
and Nick
discs
already did.
I'm not doing it, okay? Even though they got the nice cool pockets so you can put your water bottle in there. Rip.
Yeah, right.
But here's the thing. How in the world do these people throw professionally and not destroy their shoulders? It makes 0 sense. Like, the physics behind this make no sense. So I want to sit down and I want to talk to you about it, okay? I'm not going to become a frolfer.
I think you will.
I'm not.
I think you will. Dude, it combines two of your favorite things in the world. Being active and, like, playing sports and hiking. Why wouldn't you want to do it? If you go to Emery Park, it is an actual workout to frolf there.
Do you see my frame?
Yeah, you're fine.
Do I look like a man that throws a Frisbee in the woods?
Actually, I'll fucking show you a man that throws a Frisbee in the woods and how fucking ripped he is. This dude is the
There's
biggest
also
guy.
ripped people that CrossFit. That's like jumbo shrimp.
That's true. This guy is definitely more of a CrossFitter.
Yeah,
but there's a bunch of them.
Ripped.
Dude.
I'm ripped. What do you do for a living? I throw Frisbees in the woods with other men.
And he makes good money doing it.
I don't care about the finances behind it.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Coming from the man wearing
a Dickeny hat. Yeah, he's ripped. He probably doesn't even eat kale anymore. He probably considers it poison and eats baby spinach constantly and a couple romaine leaves.
But yeah,
no dressing on his salads either. Wait, am I talking about myself? Anyways, I don't know, man. I'm not there.
You're gonna start doing it.
I'm not there yet.
You're gonna go more. You're gonna watch it, and you're gonna have fun watching it. And you're gonna be like, all right, I want to try this again. I was watching a practice round today because Worlds obviously is this weekend, and I wanted to watch the practice rounds. And this dude, his name's Eagle. If you're a fan of disc golf, you know who Eagle is. He threw a frisbee golf disc on the first hole. When you and I went, and I had that amazing drive on 17 or whatever it was, and that went 350.
Yeah.
His drive went 650. So he like basically doubled my throw with the disc. And he's much thinner than I am because people like us don't really move that well, you know? Like
we're not
in
flexible.
That motion. Yeah. But he just crushed it. It's really fun to watch. You would get into it.
I don't understand how they can, make it do the tips and the turns
It's
and
all
get
about
around
the disc.
trees.
It's all about the disc choice. It's wild.
To get around trees?
Yeah, dude. It's all about disc choice.
Here's what kind of enticed me a little bit. I used the mid-range disc, okay? The brown one.
Yeah.
And the hole, is around this tree. So I'm like, all right, like I'm not great, but I want to figure out a way of how to get my mid-range disc around this tree, like in the movie Wanted. So I throw it, and then I get this little like flick to my wrist, and I watch it go up, catch, and then go around the tree and land at the base of the pole. And I was like, well, I mean, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, right?
So then I grabbed my yellow putter that was like real heavy compared to Tom's, which is like a half ounce. It's a joke. And I throw it, and it was the best putt I've ever had that whole day. And I just let it float, and then it just did what I wanted it to do. And then I watched it, and I was like, well, all right. It was like those are the two throws where it was like, that's worth going back. It's the same thing as golf. You get two shots in 18 holes that are like, all right, like those two strokes are worth it for me to spend another $65 and come back next week.
Right.
Except for off is free.
Right. Which is what would entice you too, because it's free. It's free hiking.
Cheap. Hoot, hoot, hoot. That's it. I mean, those are the only two things that there's three things that I like. The walking and hiking aspect are one and the same. It's free every course, and it's fun to manipulate a disc, more so than a golf ball. Because there's no way I'm going to get to a point where I got the English to affect a golf ball.
Yeah.
Where like billiards, I knew that almost immediately because somebody taught it to me, and I was like, sweet, I can do that and replicate it and duplicate it. So that is what is enticing about it. Now, the only other thing that's enticing about it is who you go with. That's it. Because then it gives you a reason to see people.
Right.
But because we're social creatures. But otherwise, it's still super beta and, eat meat and vote red and don't froth.
You've come a long way. From
from
like 2 months ago when you're like, never in 1,000 years would I ever even think about it. And now you're like, all right, it's kind of cool. I like manipulating discs. That's how it starts.
Yeah, and then I got Joel and everyone else at Breyer Brothers between just everybody. And they're like, dude, it's okay to drink a craft beer every once in a while. Like, it's not going to ruin your abs. And I'm like, nah, the beer's not for me. And then I walk in and they're just like, what's up, man? Good to see you. And I'm like, I'll take a stout.
Yeah, right.
So it's,
yeah.
But it's not the same, all right? It's not the same.
Yeah, but I'm glad that you had fun doing that because it is definitely very fun to do.
I didn't want to go, but I went anyways. I did it for you, Derek.
No, and now you're doing it for yourself because you enjoy it so much. I love that about you.
I needed to take you to a gun range, and then I can bring you into my universe.
Well, I got to get a friggin' gun first that I want to shoot.
What are we waiting on?
The wedding and the honeymoon, bro. kind of just dropped like an entire year's salary on this thing.
I know, it's
It
disgusting.
is very disgusting. But I am so excited for this honeymoon, dude. I cannot wait to go. I'm tempted to just bring a camera to take pictures.
Should we talk about it this week or next week?
What?
Your honeymoon. Where are we at?
25 minutes.
Okay.
40 quid, love.
40 quid? Yeah, I think you're going to love Scotland. And I think the thing that I'm most excited about for you is, and I actually had this thought driving home from your bachelor weekend.
Is this about the honeymoon? Do you want to continue that next
Yeah,
week?
no. It's okay. It's quick.
Okay.
I have to tell you this, and please reiterate this to Gina, because I know that she's going to have like some sort of anxiety as well. Something will happen that impacts your travel plans when you're already there. I'm not talking about the flight on the way there. I'm like something with a train, something with a boat, something weather related. Like something is going to come up. It happened to us too. Just remember, the whole team is here, and you're in a totally different time zone in your favor that is going to be at work to fix all those issues for you. Just tell them this is what's happening. And more times than not, they're going to know before you are. So just remember, when things go awry, they're there for you.
I love that.
It was unbelievable, dude. They were like, your ferry just got delayed. We're already working it. Then we got free breakfast in the morning. By the time we got to the next stop, the hotel already knew that we were delayed. And then they were delayed because their previous people that were in the room didn't get out on time. So then they gave us free lunch at a different restaurant and drove us to the restaurant. And then by the time we got back, they're just like, sorry for that. Here's an entire bottle of champagne. Like, just insane.
Yeah.
Just insane. So just remember, the team is working for you on your behalf. That's what you paid for. And then it's just going to be one of the best experiences of your entire life.
I can't wait. People think that being relaxed is like going on a beach, but being relaxed is doing something like that and having everything handled for you. Literally everything, where you can do what you want and not have to worry about a thing.
Including each other.
People, like, Tom is making fun of me at how much I spent. And did I spend a lot of money? Absolutely. But I wanted this experience for us.
You know what you have that he doesn't?
A job.
House.
Oh, okay. I'm just kidding. He does have a job. But yes, correct. So
You're fine.
We'll continue this discussion next week around the honeymoon, because I do want to continue talking about it. But we are at 27 minutes right now, and just this probably isn't going to continue happening. We can talk more about it next week. But we have a lot of stuff going on. We actually missed last week for an episode release, but that's because we've been working really hard on commercials lately. Buffalo Happy Hour isn't just a podcast anymore. We are basically a videography and cinematography production company. That's what we're doing now. We are doing commercials for the businesses that look sick, by the way. I've had so much good feedback on the work that we've done on that. I'm very excited to continue doing this. We already have quite a few businesses lined up already to continue doing these commercials. So if you do know any business that wants an affordable commercial be done, we're not going to charge the same.
No, we're not dragging
price.
over the coals.
Yeah, we're compensating fairly for our time and our skills, but we're not upcharging the craziness that other companies do, because there's no need for that. We aren't looking to get rich off of this. We're looking to make a little bit of money, but also have fun doing it and provide small businesses the help that they need. So if you do know a small business that you think would be in the market for marketing, see what I did there? Let us know. Tag them in the comments below. Shoot us a message or a DM on Instagram. Let us know any business that could potentially use this, because it is something that we really enjoy doing.
Yeah, man. We will see you
But make
next
sure
week.
they're not near the airport. I don't want to deal with the FAA anymore.
Correct.
This is annoying.
Correct.
Anyway, so thank you all for joining today's episode 1. What are we at right
52.
now? Nah,
Yeah.
150. Is it 2?
Yeah, I believe it's 152. Look it up. Look it up.
Look it up, Jamie. Jesus, we haven't uploaded a video in a while. Yeah, 152. Right.
Boom. All right, everybody.
152.
We will see you next week for episode 153. If we're in the same clothes, don't judge.
Okay, please remember to always drink responsibly, be a person, and Michael.
Do not litter.
We're out.
We'll be right back.